What's going on, folks? Today we're going to be showing you how to install an electric oil pressure monitor or sending unit and wire that in with your MS3 standalone ECU system. This is not really that exciting of a video. The reason why I'm posting this is pretty much because it was very difficult for me to find information on how to do this. A lot of people online just assume that you already know how to do it, and then when you ask questions on how to do it, you don't get full answers. So again, long nights of reading. Basically, if you don't know how to do this, I'm saving you the research because I've already done the long nights and I figured out how to make this work. So basically what we've got here is an oil pressure sending unit. Really, this is a generic pressure sending unit. It's called a transducer, and you can get these off of Amazon or AliExpress or eBay. I got this unit from eBay. It's a generic unit. This is the 100 PSI unit. That's what you want, a 100 PSI unit. You can also get the units from Holley or some other brands. It's really up to you. The thing about this unit is it's got the 1/8 NPT thread, which is pretty much universal for a lot of different pressure fittings and connectors. This goes towards your oil. These wires go into your ECU, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So when you have this unit, we're going to be installing this today on an LS. I showed you guys in my last video where your oil source is in the back of the motor, but we've got that one hooked up to the mechanical gauge. So we're going to install this one underneath the motor into the sandwich plate for my oil cooler. But first we're going to go ahead and wire this thing up. Alright, so you've got your 3 wires here. Your black is going to be your ground wire, as always, hopefully. The instructions say that the blue wire is your signal wire, and this one's green, so I'm assuming that the green wire is going to be my signal wire, and the red wire is the power wire. Now this is different from most electronics that you put in your car, because most electronics in your car take 12 volts. This is a 5-volt wire, and I'm not even going to try to explain to you what this 5-volt wire does for this sensor, but sensors use like a 5-volt wire. A lot of people will take this 5-volt wire and they'll get power off of their intake air temperature sensor, and so if you're gonna run that kind of setup, good luck trying to figure out which wire is which. You can get yourself a handy multimeter and try and figure it out that way, but you're gonna have to figure out where to get 5 volts from. On the Megasquirt 3 harness, it makes things fairly easy for you. I started by checking this wire here because all of these wires are labeled. All of these wires are labeled just like I showed you guys before. So it was easy for me to find the reference wire, the 5-volt reference wire, which is here. And they're all tied into one, and they go wherever they go, which gives me more confidence. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be tapping into one of these wires for my 5-volt. I'm going to use one of these wires here for my ground. I've already tested these for ground. And for my signal wire, that's actually going to go right here. This was one of the spare wires that they normally will send you if you have a Megasquirt 3. And this goes to my pin connector down here. So that's pretty much it. That's the instructions for you. You know, if you missed it, you can back it up. Hopefully I'm clear enough on that, but I didn't want to really oversimplify this. It's 3 wires, so I'm gonna go ahead, wire this thing up and run it so you guys can see me plug it in. Alright, so we're under the car, and this is the sandwich plate like I showed you guys before for my oil cooler system. It's got 2 ports on it, one down here, one here. I could use this one for a temperature sensor if I wanted, and this one here is what I'm going to be using for this pressure switch or sending unit. I'm not really too concerned about a oil temperature gauge at this time, so we're going to go ahead and screw this in. As you can see, I threw a little bit of thread tape on there just to help prevent any leaks, because I don't want oil going all over the place. Alright, so we've got this wire loomed up nice and pretty, heat shrinked and everything. And I just happen to have this sheath laying around for years and years, and I finally get to put it to use. So now we've got everything looking good. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna run this wire, and we're gonna attach it where it needs to be attached. I just wanted to show you guys, I went ahead and changed the coloring of the wire because this matches what my ECU wiring looks like. So I just went ahead and made everything look like what it actually looks like in my wiring harness versus what this came with. So let's go ahead and run this up and connect everything up. Alright, so we got all of our wires crimped, connected, and heat shrink wrapped, and we're tucking everything back into the wire loom, and that's pretty much going to be it for this install, folks. So hope you got something out of it. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.